Hey there, welcome back to the athomedive YouTube channel. As always, my name is Joey and today we're in the kitchen making a classic favorite. Today we're going to be making Dutch apple pie, except we're going to have a little bit of a twist of ours. We're going to have an oatmeal streusel on top as opposed to just a traditional streusel. So sit back, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive right in. So we have a pretty traditional list of ingredients here to start with. We got 6 Granny Smith apples. We may only need 5, but we're just going to see how many we get. We're going to look for about 5 cups there in total after they're peeled. We're going to coat those with 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice. We're going to mix together 2.5 tablespoons of AP flour, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, with 2/3 cup of sugar, and that's what's going to coat the apples to go into the 9-inch pie crust. And on top, we're going to make the streusel here out of 3/4 cup of flour with 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 3/4 cup of not cooked oats. We also have 1/2 cup of light brown sugar and zest of 1/2 of the lemon. And then we got just 2 tablespoons of butter here that we're going to put on top of the pie filling before we put the streusel on. Let's get going. The first thing we need to do is we need to freeze our pie dough for about 10 minutes. And that's about how long it's going to take us to do this. So we're going to stick it in the freezer and get started on the filling. The first thing we're going to do is get the apples peeled. Now we're going to slice them. Alright. Now that we've got these peeled and sliced about 1/4 of an inch thick, we're going to go ahead and coat them with the lemon juice. Now we're going to mix the flour into the sugar and add the spices. Churn it together to kind of get it all mixed well. Once these things are mixed, we're just going to slowly pour it over and coat the apples. That's the basic pie filling. Alright, so now the filling's done and the pie dough's been in the freezer for 10 minutes, we're just going to pour it right into the crust. It's going to cook down a little bit, so it's okay if you got it heaped up just a touch. Now that the pie itself's ready, we're just going to dot it with the 2 tablespoons of butter that we have chopped up here, all around the filling on top. And now it's time to cover it loosely with aluminum foil, and we're going to put it onto a tray and we're ready to go into the oven. So we have our oven preheated to 425 degrees and we're going to go in for 10 minutes. While the pie is taking its first 10 minutes in the oven, now's a good time to go ahead and take the oats, the flour and cinnamon, the brown sugar, and the lemon zest and get them all mixed together really well. Once those things have all been mixed really well, we're going to take the ice cold butter. We just pulled it out of the refrigerator, which is why you didn't see it earlier, and we're going to cut it into this as if we're making biscuits. You want the butter to be just kind of mealy into the oats and flour. Alright my friends, once we've achieved just a nice crumbly texture here where everything's well incorporated and there are no large chunks of any individual pieces, that's exactly what we're looking for. So we're going to set this aside and wait for the pie to come out. Alright friends, we are back and we're going to go ahead and pull the pie out from its first run. It's been 10 minutes. So we're going to pull the aluminum off and see what it looks like on the inside. As you guessed, some of the juices are starting to cook down. We're going to go ahead and drop our oven to 375 degrees. Now it's time to put on the crumble. Putting on the crumble is literally as easy as it sounds. Just take handfuls. Try not to compact it at all because it is soft, and just try to like sprinkle it all over. And you're just going for that dusted, crumbled, and covered look. As long as it's moderately even, there's the crumble. So we're going to go ahead and just cover it very loosely again. We're not going to seal it at all. And we're going to go back into the oven, but this time we're going to be in for 40 minutes. Alright, so it has been 40 minutes and we're going to go ahead and pull the pie out of the oven and take a look, see how it turned out. Streusel has started to get a little firm. We're going to uncover it and we're going to give it just a few extra minutes to hopefully take a little color. Alright, so as promised, it's been just a couple additional minutes here and the pie is now done. As you see, we've got a nice firm crust on top and it's starting to take some color. Well, that wraps us up on how to make Dutch apple pie. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.